What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Unfortunately, I sit here before you to report some more tragic news. D-Thang, the blood brother of Chicago rapper Lil Durk, was shot and killed last night. When I woke up, it was all across all the different social media apps. People were talking about it, discussing it. People were making videos. A lot of videos have been made since the world has found out that D-Thang was shot and killed last night. He was shot and killed in Chicago, Illinois. And the thing that's getting me is that the accusations that people got going around, as far as saying, like, not even just accusations, people putting the onus of D-Thang's death on Durk. Like, it's Durk's fault that D-Thang got killed. And while it's sad and unfortunate that another black man was gunned down in Chicago, Illinois, and a young man that was doing well for himself, managing his little brother, and really helped manage his little brother from the grassroots all the way to where he is now. D-Thang been with his brother all the way through, believed in his brother's vision, helped to game plan everything, and really put Durk on a different level. Durk's music did that himself. Durk's music did that itself, but also D-Thang helped to cultivate Lil Durk as an artist, right? So D-Thang had a lot of good things going for him. However, to say Durk is responsible for D-Thang's death that means you're just really not knowledgeable about the mindset of the shorties here in Chicago, Illinois, especially the gang banging shorties here, right? So let me make this just abundantly clear. People saying that Durk's music and the things that he raps about and dissing other people have resulted in D-Thang being killed. Now, you can say things could be karma related, like, oh, if you talk about the dead, death comes onto you, and so on and so forth, or whatever. You can argue that if you want to. But to say that D-Thang was killed because the other side got tired of Durk rapping and dissing their homies or whatever, so they want to do something about it. Let me tell y'all something. Lil Durk could have been an R&B singer. He could have been singing like Usher. He could be singing like Neo. He could be singing like The Dream or Trey Songz, singing the girls all day long. At the end of the day, if somebody in Chicago were to see him, it's going to be up. The wrong person were to see him, it's going to be up, right? It doesn't matter what the content of his music is. Why is that? Because Durk's hood is entrenched in warfare with other hoods in Chicago, Illinois. It's that plain and simple. And these hoods are not playing with each other at all. It's been going back and forth before Durk and them even blew up before Durk blew up on the music scene. It's been back and forth, action, before he even got as big as he is now, right? So even if Durk were to make music singing lullabies or whatever, that wouldn't matter, because them people are not going to forget what's been going on between their blocks. Blood has been spilled between both sides or whatever, and people gonna do what they gonna do. It doesn't matter how big Durk would have got. They don't sit and think, oh man, he ain't dissed us in a while, or he ain't dissed one of the guys, so we ain't on that. No, it's not like that at all. That's not, these shorties don't care nothing if he could never say their name ever. They would not care. They gonna be on it because that's just how the young shorties mentality is here anyway, right? They looking like we've been going at it back and forth. It is what it is. We see one of y'all on the other side or whatever at the wrong place at the wrong time, it's going to be what it's going to be. And it's very unfortunate. It's sad. It's dark. It's absolutely heinous. But I'm telling y'all what's going on. Durk could be making music. I promise y'all, he could have been an R&B singer. And what was going to happen was going to happen. What's going to happen regardless. Why? Because again, they are entrenched in real warfare. See, this is the thing about Chicago, Illinois. When rap, the beef that's said in raps is not rap beef. It's not you diss me, we diss you. When we see each other, we just gonna shake each other's hands, and it's gonna be all pounds and handshakes and all of that. No, that's not the energy that's surrounding the young shorties in Chicago. The young gang banging shorties in Chicago, I would rather say. The gang affiliated shorties. That's not the energy that they bring, right? It's not gonna. The commoner would say, oh, if somebody ain't dissed us in a while, we ain't gonna do that. And the common man would say that. But to these young shorties in the street, they wouldn't care if he ain't said nothing about them a long time. They saying, okay, your block and my block been on that. Y'all said stuff in the past. Y'all did stuff in the past. Stuff was did and said on both sides or whatever. So it's just gonna forever be that warfare at the end of the day, regardless. So it's not Durk's fault that happened. It's not at all. that was gonna like let me like man. I think a lot of people are kind of misinformed because to them Chicago just seems so obscure. It seems so like what the hell are they like? They to them they trying to wrap their minds around how the young shorties in Chicago operate, and I don't think you would really understand what's going on unless you really hear. For example, Chief Keef ain't dissed nobody in a while, from what I know, right? But I'm telling y'all, if Keef is in the wrong hood or the wrong person see him at the wrong time, it's up. It's up regardless. For it would have just been what it was gonna be. That's just what it is, man. The people when you from where you from, or you said what you said back in the day, or you did what you did, or whatever, that stuff gonna follow you. It's just how it is in Chicago. It's not gonna be like, oh, it's erased because you ain't said nothing about me in a long time or whatever. It was gonna no, it's not. And these dudes in the Chicago, these young gangbanging shorties, they don't care how big you get on the music scene. They not gonna be off that. Because they own that because it's been too much bloodshed and too much war on both sides. So it is what it is. I hear people saying Durk is responsible because he should have got Dthang out of the hood. Dthang, why Durk sitting up in the mansion and Dthang ain't in the mansion? Dthang was living great and comfortably. I can tell you that from it. The boy with Instagram, he had all the newest things. He was living good and living in luxury. He was managing his little brother. He was making great money. He just came back to Chicago, and unfortunately, the wrong person saw him, and the young man lost his life. Unfortunately, that's what really went down. It ain't that Durk had him, all Durk in the hills, and he ain't got them all taken care of. All of them is taken care of, right? It's just that when you coming from this ilk of what all the stuff that happened in Chicago, when you coming from certain blocks and certain hoods in the city, and stuff y'all didn't did this. Y'all hood done did this, they hood done did that, y'all hood done said this, they hood done said that, y'all done did this and that to each other back and forth, back and forth. I promise you, somebody can go on and be a pastor right now. They wouldn't care if you was a pastor preaching the word of God. They know you from that area and they know you used to do what you used to do. So it is what it, and that they mindset is, it is what it is. I don't feel that, I don't have that mindset. I know it's not right at all. But I'm telling y'all, it doesn't have nothing to do with the content of Durk's music at all. It's where Durk Dthang and them from, what they rep, what they, you know what I mean, where they come from, in the hoods that they into it with. Cause they ain't just into it with one hood. Like in Chicago is a misconception. It's not there's people that are into it with just like a small little group of people. No. This stuff been going on for a long time, before they was even rappers, for real, known, nationally known, world known rappers, before they was world known. This stuff been going on for the longest. So it's not no, oh, Durk get everybody around Durk dies. Durk is out here working with the Illuminati, he's sacrificing people. Y'all cut it out. In Chicago, when you gangbang, there are two fates that you will be met with. Jail or unfortunately death. Both situations are unfortunate, but one is irreversible, and that's death. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm not familiar with the politics in any other area, like I said before, but I know Chicago like the back of my hand. In Chicago, when you come from a certain neighborhood and you know what I'm saying, you out here doing certain things and being active in certain type of ways, people gonna make sure you stand on that. You know what I mean? It's consequences to those things. It's not just we just gonna diss each other back and forth on videos on YouTube, and then when we see each other, it's gonna be all love, and we gonna have somebody work it out. That's not how it happens in Chicago, and that's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Because it shouldn't even get to that point. Brothers shouldn't be losing their lives. Brothers shouldn't be getting killed out here. But I'm telling y'all, that's just how it is. You know, it is what it is. It's not gonna be no. As people want to say that. It's not gonna be no it's not gonna be no handshakes and pounds and fist bumps and all that when people see each other and they see each other in traffic, when they see each other in the mall, in the movie theater, when they see each other. It's just not gonna be that way. It's not gonna be all, you know, you said that, but it's all good. Like, it's just not, that's not how it operates here. These young shorties and these gangs or whatever, it's only two fates that's really gonna come from that. Only two fates. And that's why I never jumped into the streets. That's why I stayed on the sidewalk. Because I knew I was not one. I didn't want to die young. I didn't want to go to jail. I wanted to live a long, healthy life. So I stayed away from that. But I'm letting you all know who not privy to that. Like, Durk ain't out here sacrificing nobody. The people that Durk lost was like, for real. I can't name one person that wasn't gang affiliated that Durk lost, or wasn't from a certain area, that came from a certain cloth and was from a certain thing and repping a certain thing. Like, for real. And in Chicago, when you a gangbanger and you out here in the streets and you active like that, that comes with it. That comes with that lifestyle. Durk ain't got to sacrifice nobody. When you into it with people in Chicago, Illinois, and you into that street stuff, and the wrong person sees you, things can go left real quick. Very quick. And then it doesn't matter what time of day it is or nothing like that. That's just how these shorties' mindset is. It's sickening. It's really hurtful. Especially as a black man. I don't want to see my brothers out here killing each other and taking each other's lives at all. But I'm just telling y'all, that's what goes on. It's no like Durk ain't got to sacrifice nobody. Right? And people say, oh, Durk sacrificing people. Well, let me explain. Let me ask you this. Keith has lost a nice amount of people around him as well. A nice amount of people. Right now, Keith just don't got the same buzz that Durk has now. So it's not as magnified. But Keith has lost a nice amount of people around him. Seriously. Is Keith sacrificing people too? No. The people that Keith lost were gang affiliated. They was running in the street. They were street dudes. Street dudes through and through. All the way through. And when you out in the streets, it's certain things that come with the streets that are tragic. Like death in jail. Or being wounded and in a certain type of way, being afflicted or whatever from wounds. All of that stuff happens. But Durk ain't got it ain't about Durk saying certain stuff in songs. Not at all. For real, because you know what? I remember at one point when Durk wasn't like, around the point of the time when, his cousin and managing them got killed. Like, in his major songs, he wasn't saying no names then. Right? But he from where he from. His people rep what they rep. He was getting into it with dudes or whatever. They hood getting into it with certain dudes, and they hoods going back and forth, and they hoods saying certain stuff, words getting exchanged, and street dealings are occurring on both sides, and things get messy and things get ugly real quick. And that just is what it is, man. It's not as complex as y'all think it is. It's not the Illuminati is trying to do this and do that, and Durk is moving in the Illuminati and all that. Like, bro, y'all really think that man really got his own blood brother killed? Seriously? It's not what y'all think. In Chicago, gangbanging is all the way there. It's not no, and I'm sure it's like that in other places too, but in Chicago, gangbanging is that. It's all the way that. It's not no halfway. It's not no, I'm a finagle, I'm gonna be in and out. I'm gonna put my baby toe in and I'm gonna be halfway in and out. No, there's not no halfway in and out. When you with it, is all the things that come with it come upon you when you in it. And the people around Durk was in it. You know what I mean? People around Keith was in it. The people around all these different neighborhoods and all these different hoods that's rapping in Chicago, all these people are in a certain type of lifestyle where things come with that lifestyle. Very horrible, despicable things come with it. And that's all it is. It's not Durk getting people set up and all that. Like, people would say, Durk got Von set up. Durk didn't, like, when Von did what he did, Durk didn't put a battery in Von back to do that. Von was who he was. Von was who he said he was in his songs, and he really was living that life. He was living that life full throttle, as you can tell, and that is what comes with that life, right? He was living that life full throttle, and he was standing on certain things, everything that he was saying in his songs. And then, when he had a problem with somebody, he went and tried to stand on business, and then things went left. And that's just how certain things play out. But I promise y'all, a lot of people that don't live in Chicago, it's kind of like, to them, it just seems obscure. Like, why? It shouldn't get to that point. They think that people in Chicago, the young shorties to see each other, it's going to be peace treaties and handshakes and pounds, and it's going to be, it ain't got to go to that point. We are common people. We not street people, so we thinking it ain't got to go to that point. It ain't got to go that far. Everything could be all cool. Why ain't got to go to that level? We going to think that. But to them, oh, no, I remember what you said 8 years ago. I remember what your hood was doing 7 years ago. I remember what happened with your mans and my mans and what was said and what you said and what y'all did and what we did. And I remember all of that. So yeah, you big and you famous and you living a different lifestyle and you living good and you eating good and you making a lot of money now. But I remember what happened. I remember what transpired and I'm on that. And that's their mindset. I remember what happened and I'm on that. And that's why I couldn't be a street dude and I could never be no street dude. Because I didn't see dudes in Chicago, I promise y'all. They gotta walk, they gotta live life on an island. They can't go down certain blocks. They can't go to certain areas. They can't go to certain stores. They can't go to certain functions because they gotta look over their shoulder everywhere they go because they got so many enemies. And all the street dudes in Chicago, the street rappers, all of them got enemies. All of them do. All of them got enemies. They into it with certain, they hoods are into it with certain hoods. So that's the lifestyle that they live in. It's very dark, but it's people like somebody is always out to get them. Right? Again, your favorite rappers in Chicago, when they come to Chicago, it's somebody in the shot that don't like them that stay into it with the street rappers at least. Your favorite street rapper in Chicago, he into it with certain people. And if he in the wrong area, or the wrong person sees him, like things can go left quick. It's up. Stuff can go left. At any turn. And it's just that, and that's what the reality of the situation is. Right? And again, it's unfortunate, it's sad, it's dark, and I do not like it at all. And prayers and peace and condolences to Dthang'S family, to Dthang, Durk, and their mother, their father. Their father just got out of jail. Their father did 25, 26 years or something like that in prison. He just came home last year or something like that, or a year before that. The year 2000 came home 2019 or something like that. Been spending time with his grandkids and his kids and all that. Dthang's a father. So unfortunately, children lost their father, right? And children been losing their fathers on both sides for a long time. So the stuff got to stop and it got to end. You know what I mean? But I'm telling y'all that it's not Durk's fault because I'm serious. He could be rapping, singing like Chris Brown. And it was gonna be what it was gonna be because these shorties don't care nothing about if you ain't dissed us recently. They don't care. They remember what you did in 2012, in 2011, in 2010. We remember what your blocks was doing, what you did, what your mans them did, what they said, all of that plays a part in all of that. It ain't cause Durk said some names in some songs recently. I promise you it ain't. Cause Lord, really, they've been into it with dudes for real for a long time. A long time before a lot of y'all caught on to who Durk and them even was. Stuff been going on both sides for a very, very long time. So y'all gotta cut it out, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, rest in peace to Dthang. Condolences to Durk and his family. Condolences to all the people who lost their lives in Chicago, Illinois. All of the street rappers that was doing all of that. Condolences to all of y'all families. Rest in peace to all of you all. And I hope that through this, the families can achieve some type of I don't know if they can achieve some type of peace in some type of way. It's hard to achieve peace and peace of mind when something's happened to your loved one. But I'm hopefully that they can get through this difficult time as best as possible by uplifting each other. But in general, y'all, black men, we got to cut this out, y'all. We got to cut all this stuff out. There's better ways to resolve conflict than killing each other. And maybe I'm a hypocrite because I'm into the music. I've been into street music. I've been into conscious music. I've been into all of the street rap for a very, very long time, right? Since I want to say DMX and 50 and all them. I've been into all of that for a long time. So maybe I can be a hypocrite from me saying, we got to cut it out or whatever. I'm listening to the music, But, it's better ways to resolve conflict, y'all. Get in the gloves, box it out, whatever. But killing somebody, man, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it to take people away from their families and their kids, man. And that's on both sides. On both sides. I know I'm making a video about Durk, brother, and stuff been going on for a while. But on both sides is wrong. Absolutely wrong. So it got to end. And then it's got to be a better way to resolve conflict. Got to be a better way. And I'm saying they got to end, but I know these shorties gonna be what they gonna be on. And they mindset is war forever in their mind. It's war forever. It don't matter what. And that's really what resulted in all of this. That war forever mentality. They've been entrenched in war and bloodshed for a long time. Different hoods and all that stuff been going on for a while. And you know, it's unfortunate, man. But rest in peace to all the individuals who lost their life in all the madness. Rest in peace to Dthang. And thank y'all for watching. Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out. Peace.